If you've seen any of my videos, you've probably seen me talk at various points about the fundamentals of leadership, okay? And so say it along with me. The three things that people need and that leaders provide are direction, support, and accountability. These are the three indispensable things, and wonderful. These make a beautiful Venn diagram, right? Okay. That is the essence of leadership. What perhaps I haven't been as clear on before is that is also the essence of change. Whenever you're providing leadership, right? But whenever you want somebody to achieve a new goal, step up, work better, work more effectively, buy into values, etc., 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 you want better from them. You will be providing direction. That is, you must be very clear that this is what we need to see. You need to be specific about the behaviors that are attendant to that. Okay? So very, very clear. You must provide direction, support. This varies per individual. It is needed for everyone, but some need more help in thinking through and planning what they're going to do differently and how they're going to adjust their process, what they're going to do for reminders, etc., etc. The various things needed in order to hit that new standard that they've been told to do. So everyone needs direction, everyone needs support. And over and over and over again, through my coaching practice, through groups that I work with, I'm seeing again the truth that everyone needs accountability. Recent example that comes to mind, coaching client. I was called up, hey, come on down to Houston. I need you here, this particular head of operations. I had some issues that needed to be corrected. And so I went down. I spent a day following this person, shadowing this person, taking lots and lots of notes, observing interactions with this person's peers, boss, subordinates, work as this person just went around and did their operations. And at the end of the day, two things. One is the CEO was absolutely right. This person did need a lot of support, coaching support. I gave this person, and it wasn't trying to be a blistering report. I don't go into any of these trying to do anything other than provide help, right? Give people what they need. In this case, I made what I still think is the correct judgment to be, it's not brutally honest, but sometimes the truth, the candid truth, very specific, is challenging. And so I gave this person a straight up front report that said, here's what needs to happen. What I also told that person was, now you can do with this whatever you wish. The ball is now in your court. If you want coaching to help you get and achieve these new standards, to correct these various mistakes and issues and problems that were that I had noted and just fed back to him. If you want my support, I'm here to help you. But I realize that having received this from me right now, that may be something you're not all that interested in. And for coaching to work, it has to be something you want to do. Would you like my help coaching? The person said, well, you've told me what I need to do. I need to just go do it. So basically, no thanks. He didn't say no thanks at the time, but I just need to take care of it myself. okay, you have my number. Reach out to me if I can be of support. Fast forward, that was 4 to 5 months ago. This person, and I keep in touch with the organization, this person has not shown the changes. I did do a little bit of coaching with the CEO. Hey, you need to spend some time with this guy on these particular areas. Which gets me back to what is the purpose of this video? Back to accountability. First of all, this person would have benefited from me because we all need someone. What if I could replay it again, I wouldn't have given him quite that choice. Because when he came back and said, I need to take care of it myself, the response should have been, okay, what are you going to do differently now? What is your game plan? How will you remind yourself? Which of these are you going to prioritize? Which of these are you going to tackle? How are you going to keep this front and center? Where does this tend to show up in your day-to-day work? And what are you going to be doing? So I wasn't able, because of how I set that up, and second thought, it still needed his buy-in. So anyway, but particularly in my absence, what I have also learned was that the CEO has not held this person accountable. Which, by the way, just to clarify, that's as simple as, because the CEO did get a copy of the report, that's as simple as saying, hey, person, you and I are going to meet on a weekly basis. These prioritize 2-3 things. These are what will change, and you and I are going to talk together on a weekly basis about how you're changing them. And oh, by the way, I will be getting feedback from others. And that simple fact that someone of importance, someone with authority, is saying, I'm paying attention to this and I expect you to change, would have been everything, I believe, for this person to make that switch. And why am I reminded of it again? Because I thought of another coaching client recently. Actually, this one goes back a little ways. Who had given me the same report. I gave up, he did a 360. I walked him through the 360 results. There were some significant things that said. His response to me was, hey, I know I know I don't need coaching. I know what I need to do. So we're good. Thank you very much. And do you think that person has changed any of their behavior? No, not really. What am I trying to say? Or how do I sum up what I'm saying? Reminding again, if we want people, not only is this what leaders provide, but if we want people to actually change, that is, if you bring in someone if you have someone coached, okay, in the 2 circumstances that I brought in with, understand that we're going to have to be real clear on what it is that we want the person to change. We're going to have to provide them the time and the opportunity to bounce around and develop a plan so that they're clear on what they're doing. And then we're going to have to meet with them on a regular basis. And we're going to have to ask about them and what their progress is. And if we're not seeing any efforts or the efforts that we expect, then we're going to have to reiterate, potentially provide negative consequences for the lack of effort being shown. So, accountability is needed. It's required. It's also, oh, by the way, I guess here's the other reason I'm thinking. I'm getting ready to go do a class later this afternoon for another client actually in this building, for a group of leaders, and the whole topic is going to be around how do you have accountability conversations with people when they're not quite meeting the standards that you expect them to see? How do you set that up so that it's a productive conversation? And then if things really aren't turning around, what's your last ditch effort? What is your turnaround conversation that is you will turn the situation around, or that person will no longer be employed with you? Yeah, accountability is key. I think while everyone's acknowledges that accountability is important, everyone's uncomfortable with it. Well, any leader, there are some people who don't care at all, but then they don't have the emotional intelligence and they're usually jerks. But most people struggle with it. They don't want conflict. They don't want the potential friction that is going to be involved. But unless we get comfortable having those kinds of conversations with our people, they won't change. So we got to get good at accountability. That's a key leadership skill.